Coming to you live on Wednesday night. Happy hump day, everyone. How's it going? Good evening, folks. You are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Welcome. Got a action-packed show lined up for you tonight. Feeling all right. Strap in, folks. It's going to be a great one. Crypto Batman's internet went down. Lunatics are spreading conspiracy theories about me online. Matt Wallace has a new haircut, and you can still hire Carol Baskin to promote anything you want via Cameo. This is Steven Steele Live. Who do we got in the chat tonight? A lot of familiar names, some members, and some new folks as well. We've got Hector the Dude. We got Low Roller, Tricanel Day, Gone 1848, Tuco, welcome. Ramon, welcome. We got Ultra Crepidarian, welcome. Slay Blaze, of course. Deepak, welcome. Sliding Edge, Crypto Tank Girl, Abstractus Artemis, Doodle Doo, Zombie Doge Army, Mike Menace, Bang Stun, and the list goes on. Guys, we are about to do it to it. Can you dig it? Yes, we have so much to talk about tonight. We are going to get into the details and the charting of what I have been looking at, what my co-host tonight has been looking at, and it's looking very exciting, folks. And we are going to explain why we are excited about what's to come. And we have so many other interesting stories to get into tonight. And without further ado, it is time to introduce a co-host that most of you are very familiar with. He took out a bank loan for $10,000 and put it all in dog money back in 2014 to set it aside for 8 years and counting, to suddenly find himself a multi-Doge millionaire. It is Nick Balls. How you doing, Nick?
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day to you, my friend. I hope you celebrated accordingly. We have a lot to talk about tonight, including a breaking story. Why don't we just get into that one first, because it's kind of funny about the sheep token.
Oh God! I thought you were going to say Matt Wallace's haircut.
Well, okay. We're gonna get to Matt Wallace's haircut. We can extrapolate a bit on that after this one.
Cool.
So, what have we learned? Could you kind of you're telling me a bit about before we went on the air?
This story is absolutely hilarious. Okay, so if anybody in the chat, I feel really bad. Guys, if anybody in the chat is holding on to Shiba Inu, the token, the ERC20 token, yeah, maybe not financial advice, but maybe not a good idea. As we all know, 50% of the Shiba Inu tokens were gifted to Vitalik, and at their peak, I can't remember the trillions amount because it's stupid numbers, but it was trillions of these Shiba Inu tokens that were gifted to him without his knowledge, by the way. He didn't even know until they told him. He didn't ask for this, which is that's a whole another subject. But he gave these trillions of Shiba Inu, which at the time were worth $1 billion US. He gave them all to the government of India, and his donation was to help them with their COVID relief issues that are going on in the country. Very noble thing to do, right?
Yes.
I think that's great. That's awesome. India needed the help. Vitalik was there to go and reach in and give them $1 billion. Well, what we know now is that out of this $1 billion, which, by the way, as I was so promptly corrected on Twitter, is no longer worth $1 billion because he transferred those tokens. The price dropped about almost 65%, so that's now worth like 400 million or something. Out of that 400 million, only 20 million US dollars has been sold, leaving a majority left unsold. So if you are holding on to Shiba Inu and thinking the price is going to go up, it literally can only go down. The Indian government is now actively seeking large buyers. And here's another issue too, Stephen. The Indian government can't get rid of these things. They can't find anybody to buy them.
Oh my gosh.
It is worth, I mean, on the open market, it is worth, you know, $400 or $500 million at this point.
Right.
Unfortunately, no one wants them. So it's like having $400 million worth of like Atari ET games, you know, like they're buried in the desert somewhere for a reason. No offense to ET, the stock trader, if he's listening, I love him. But yeah, so I just find it hilarious. It's a hilarious story, and it's just more proof that you don't want to be buying Doge knockoffs, people. There is nothing like the actual Dogecoin. It's the real deal, much like Steven Steele.
I love it. That is really funny. I mean, it's only at the end of the day, it's only worth what people are willing to pay for it, and we are seeing that a better example of that right now than with the Shiba token. You can't help but kind of chuckle what's going on there. You really can't. Now let's circle back to. Did you watch Matt Wallace's show today at all?
I just took a look at it, and I would, if Matt, if you're listening, I love the haircut. I think you look spiffy, and it looks great. I don't think people realize this. I think I did at one point. But did you know Matt Wallace had a mullet?
What?
Something very well, no, he didn't. But he had like very long hair, like extremely long hair, but no hair on the sides.
Oh wow.
It was a very interesting do that Matt was rocking for some time. And it reminds me of this, I don't know if anybody, I wish we could play the clip because it's hilarious. I don't know the gentleman's name, but this was like over a decade ago. ESPN used to have these commercials for like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They had these commercials for their broadcasters, and one of their broadcasters was like historically bald. But in the commercial, he's like living at his mom's house.
Yeah.
And he's like playing the drums or something. And she's like, turn down the music. And he's like, he spins around in his chair and he has this insanely long mullet behind his head. And he's like, shut up, Mom, I'm trying to play the drums. And it just reminded me of Matt Wallace because he always tied his hair back. So it looked like he had short hair, but he actually had like a mane going on back there. But Matt, I love the cut. I think you look great.
So is this haircut that you speak of viewable over YouTube on like his earlier videos?
Well, there's a couple. So he did a parody video where I think he was trying to play Vlad from Robinhood. And he has his hair down so you can see like how long his hair. It was really long. I mean, it was like down to his shoulders long.
Wow. So, he's got the Highlander hair.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed, Stephen, but in one of Matt's recent posts when he brought out the Dogecoin can, he did this video with this girl, you know, his lovely girlfriend, and they were at a hotel, and he's in an elevator, like wearing the largest gold, I'm pretty sure it's a Rolex, I've ever seen. And he's got like gold rings on. Guys, this is what happens when you make it on YouTube.
Yeah, he's flexing, man. He's flexing.
He's flexing so hard.
I love it too. I love the gaudiness. I love it too. I'm still in the pleb line over here. So, but he's got Matt's rocking a Rolex. I'm rocking a Swatch watch from 1988.
That's cool, dude. You know what? I think both are equally as awesome. I just love the fact that Matt has like turned into Xerxes. And I'm pretty sure we're going to... His next video, he will have a Mr. T chain, like, golden, huge, giant necklace on. I wish, Matt, if you're listening, please do this. I know you love golden jewelry, I can just tell. Just wear, like, a massive, gaudy, gigantic gold chain, please. I would love it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if like the trajectory continued, where all of a sudden next it's going to be like velour like Gucci tracksuits and just even just added gold. But we're just having fun, guys. You know, it's one of those things. Okay, so the haircut he had before, and so I just watched his video shortly before. About 2 hours ago, for today's video, and I was like, "Whoa!" I had to like do a double take because it almost looked like I got so used to his kind of Gordon Gekko haircut, like the straightforward, like real slick back look. And now it's kind of Peter Parker-ish, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very Peter Parker, very. You know what's so funny is I have like curly hair, right? It's not curly in the sense of like it's wavy. Okay. You know, because of my genetic background. Mm-hmm. And when I was growing up, my best friend had hair like Matt Wallace. It was like straight and blonde. And I always wanted hair like that, and I did everything throughout my childhood to make that happen. And it probably screwed my hair up even more than it already is. So I came to accept the fact that I'm not meant to have long hair. I wish I could, but wasn't in the cards for me. Steven.
Wasn't in the cards. Now, here's the question. Do you think his girlfriend had anything to do with his new news? I do too. I think so too. I bet she was playing with it one night and she was just like, I like this. I like that. Look in the mirror. Matt, I really like it, Matt. And then, I bet you. I'm going to ask him about that, man. I haven't talked to him in several days. So,
if she did, more power to her. I think she's a fantastic lady, and I think they make an amazing couple.
I think they make the perfect couple, honestly.
If she's been styling Matt, one, I think it's doing him some good, and two, I think that she's on the money. She's nailing it. I love all. If you're listening, I love all the gold accents, and I love the new haircut.
Yeah, they're definitely having fun, man, and good for both of them. Let's get to the next story here. So Burger King Brazil, I posted about this this morning, and will accept. This is just kind of an interesting, funny, super specific thing, but Burger King Brazil will now accept Dogecoin for dog food. So it's like you basically Burger King Brazil now accepts Dogecoin as a payment method to purchase the fast food chain's dog snack. And I posted this with some of Burger King Brazil's advertisement for it, and it's got a big Shiba Inu on there winking with a big dog purr bone in its mouth, and it's really cute, it's really cool, and it's a fun thing. But then there were like a couple people commenting like, it's kind of dumb actually, and I was like, yeah, I can actually see your point. Like, it's like super specific, like only Doge to buy dog bones from Burger King and nothing else. But you know what, guys? It's like, the way I see it, it's still great press. It's still fun, and it's still it's still good. It's still great for Doge to be associated with Burger King, right? Because right now it's just dog bones, but tomorrow it's Whoppers. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously, first off, it's all of these companies who are getting into Dogecoin right now. They're all just kind of testing the market, right? They're all just trying to see what the response is. Can we actually make money doing this?
Right.
And Burger King, obviously, I don't know how large their Brazil market is, but I'm sure it's a multi-billion-dollar market. You know, they're gonna test the waters with something like this. And listen, it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win for Burger King because they get to try something new, and they get to kind of have fun with the community and see if this test run works. And the community wins because it's cool. You get to get your dog something. You get to use your Dogecoins at an actual store And yeah, it's a big, giant global chain. I think it's great. And if I hope it goes over well, and I hope that they roll it out to more Burger Kings, and I hope that eventually hits the U.S. market. And who knows? Well, one day we could be buying Burger King with Doge.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's one small step today, but one giant step for Doge tomorrow, guys. So it is good that we are even kind of mixing it up with major fast food chains with Doge. I mean, there's no other cryptocurrency that's associating branding on this scale that Doge has been doing and will continue to do, which is absolutely unprecedented, really. Guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, we got about 90 some folks in here right now. Got about 50-ish likes on there. I think we could do a bit better. If you haven't hit that like button, if you could just take a moment to do that, it takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help out a emerging channel like this one, get into those tricky YouTube algorithms, get in front of more viewers, etc., etc. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele, and we're happy to have you. We got an awesome community here. We've been growing for about 3.5 months. Would love to have you along for the ride in our ascension to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Just hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit all on that notification bell. If you've already subscribed to this channel, hit all on that notification bell, because only about 25% of all subscribers to your average YouTube channel ever hit the notification bell. So don't forget to do that, because sometimes we go spontaneous, sometimes we put in extra shows, sometimes I'll jump on spontaneously to cover breaking news you don't want to miss, so don't forget to do that. Also, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all my time and efforts. And you can feel free to ask whatever questions or comments for myself and Nick here, and we'll field those to the best of our ability. And lastly, we do also offer membership right now in 3 different tiers, which unlocks exclusive membership content, and you just click the link at the top of the chat if you want to check out those options. Tuco says, Steven, what are your thoughts on people trying to corner the trademark of Doge? Twitter is blowing up with people claiming to own the trademark of Doge. Yeah, we can get into that a bit. Hold on, I have that in my notes here. But yeah, I wouldn't mind kicking into that. There's as Donald Rumsfeld infamously said in the early 2000s. What was the quote exactly?
We know what we know,
right.
And we know what we don't know. But we don't know what we know that we don't know.
Yeah, it's
and that.
That's very close, actually. There are no knowns. There are things we know that we know, and there are known unknowns. That is to say, there are things that we know we don't know, but there are also unknown unknowns. There are things we don't know we don't know. And so
my boss used to say that all the time.
Like out of jest or seriously?
No, seriousness.
Oh my gosh.
There was I can't remember the name of it. If he's listening, he's going to be so pissed off, because there's like this, I forget what it's called. It's called like the something pane. It's like a window pane, and it basically describes that concept exactly. It's like, you know what you know what you don't know. There's stuff that you don't know that you don't know. And there was one other, I can't remember, but he was big on that back in the day. But yeah, this whole trademark situation has become very interesting. That I'm actually kind of stuck in the middle of it at the moment.
Yeah. So what do we know about this? Well, here's actually a news story that I had that Bazinga put out just earlier today. Dogecoin core developers and co-founder revive efforts to establish organization supporting the meme coin's development. Core Dogecoin developers and Billy Marcus and co-founder of Dogecoin are reviving efforts to create an organization aimed at supporting the Dogecoin development. The move was announced by Jens Wiekers, a data scientist and early Dogecoin backer, in a series of tweets on Monday. Marcus noted that Wiekers, who has been fighting to contest the unlawful Doge trademarks, will lead the second version of the foundation. And this is a quote from Billy Marcus about this. So Mr. Wiekers has been fighting to contest the unlawful Dogecoin trademarks. He also led the second version of the foundation. Right now, the organization isn't really set up, though. It's just him, but I personally vouch for him. He's been with Doge since close to the start. Wiekers said that after he was contacted by Dogecoin core developers Ross Nickel, Michi Lumen, and others, a small group was created among core Dogecoin developers, contributors, community godfathers, and experts to move ahead with the plan. This is, in my opinion, a pretty huge story that's been getting overlooked. Hasn't been getting a lot of. People have been talking about obviously this trademark thing in regards to Dogecoin, but not a lot of people have been talking about the efforts by the actual Dogecoin Foundation to secure basically the public domain nature of Dogecoin and its motto, do only good every day. What do you know, Nick?
Here's what I am aware of. And this is what I know. that I know.
Yeah.
So I was doing some work, very minimal, for a company called Dogepalooza, who we are familiar with, who is trying to put on this event in October, which is a very short timeline, and it'll be held in Sugar Land, Texas, and it's going to be like a music festival for Dogecoin, a one-day music event. And the creator of Dogepalooza came out and he filed trademark on Do Only Good Every Day. Not Dogecoin the name, but Do Only Good Every Day. And this was, it's hard to say, because what he wanted to do was sell merchandise, right, that contains this slogan. And to do that, you have to own a trademark to do that. Now, there was a huge amount of backlash from the community, because, and kind of rightfully so, right? Like, Dogecoin is not controlled by any one person. There's no CEO. There is a group of core developers, but they're pretty much there just to make sure that the project's running and that things are being, that the back end is being taken care of. So, there was a bunch of backlash from the community. He got in touch with Billy. There was some back and forth there, and I agree with Billy. I believe that the slogan "Do Only Good Every Day" and the trademark of the slogan should be controlled by the Dogecoin Foundation, and to some extent that means the Dogecoin developers, and that it should be, although there should, if there's going to be a trademark filed on it, I understand why there would need to be a trademark filed on it, because you don't want other people trying to file a trademark on it and take control of it.
Right.
But everybody should be able to use that trademark, right? And the only way to ensure that is for the foundation to be in control of that trademark. Everyone who wants to start a Doge shop, let's say Etsy, or anyone who wants to sell Dogecoin branded stuff, should be able to do that, right? How many companies have we seen that have been, created in the past just year, based around Dogecoin, right? We've got the Dogecoin Coffee Company. We got all these brands that have popped up. Mm-hmm. Basically fair using the trademark of Dogecoin and Do Only Good Every Day. Yeah. Because it's not registered. So this is just my personal opinion. I think that the Dogecoin Foundation should own that trademark. And they in doing so, they will properly represent it. Now, I do know that Jens has been with the community since very early on, probably right around when I got with the community back in early 2014. And there's a lot of legal work that goes into making a trademark and doing all that stuff. So my hope is that he works with whoever filed this initial trademark on Do Only Good Every Day, and they transfer everything and everything goes smoothly. That's just my personal hope.
Yeah. I echo those sentiments. I mean, it's one of those things where the Dogecoin Foundation is one of those inevitable necessities, because if they don't secure it, some corporation will, so it's just one of those things that just has to be squared away. And the Dogecoin Foundation is something that Billy is directly involved with and a part of, and I have full trust in Billy Marcus that he would keep Dogecoin and its motto public domain. I have full confidence in that, so I do think that is the right move to make it this time. Totally. Let's see here. Next story I had here. Came courtesy of Deseret, and this came out. I'm just going to bring this up briefly because I think it's funny, but considering what we talked about right off the bat. But this came out yesterday, and it's already not aging too well. Can Shiba Inu coin really kill Dogecoin? It's really unclear. Well, folks, it's becoming more and more clear, much more clear today than it was yesterday.
I actually just got a tweet just 2 seconds ago.
And what does it say?
It says this person, I'm not going to name them because I don't know if they want to or not, but they said, I put up the Shiba Inu story earlier, and they said, I can't even sell or swap this crap coin right now. 2 transactions got canceled on me, and the last one has been pending for 3 hours. And I can guarantee you that may or may not have something to do with the fact that India is trying to unload hundreds of millions of dollars on the open market right now. So no one's transactions are getting processed. Imagine if that happened with Dogecoin. Like, it's insane.
Wow. Rock Lobster says he played Lollapalooza in Brazil in 2017. I should apply for Dogepalooza, he said. Yeah, dude, you should.
I think I don't know. I really don't know. I am on the Dogepalooza team. I have not attended a single meeting other than like 2 private meetings with the owner. I think they're pretty much booked up with X. I think I could be completely wrong, but that was like the sentiment I got. What they are looking for is investors, and that's one thing that I brought up a little concern over, is the fact that they've got a very short period of time to pull this off, and that they need money, and I don't know where that's going to come from. I did try and help them out and point them, because I have connections over at Kraken. Said, maybe the exchanges would be the ones to go to.
That's what I do.
Yeah, but I think, you're putting on an event of this size. It just like, this is stuff that should have been done like a little while ago. So we'll see. I wish them the best. My business partner cashed in some of his Dogecoin to start a food truck company.
Okay.
So I told the Dogepalooza people, if we get the trucks built in time, we can send them down there and hopefully help them out with some of the food stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to end up happening, but it definitely needs, whatever is going to happen with Dogepalooza, it needs to happen fast. So,
yeah.
That's my only concern. It is coming. You guys would be surprised. Planning a music festival, like even a day of a music festival, it takes a long time.
It's like
October, yeah.
That's something you plan for. You should anyway plan for the week the day after it's over. You should be already working on next year's. I mean, it is one of those things you work the entire year round to pull off. So we wish them the best, and hopefully it goes off without a hitch, and there's a decent turnout and stuff. First one. I mean, who knows? I just wish them the best here. I was tuning in briefly while I was doing some work online or on my laptop today to Bitboy Crypto's live show, and he's got like a panel there of like four or five guys that go around, and Bitboy Crypto said we are the only channel with all the info, whatever that means. And then the panel went on to basically suggest that they all seem to be on the same page to suggest that there's nefarious and greedy intention from Elon Musk in relation to Dogecoin, and that's a good reason to not put too much money into it, and or get too wrapped up in it. My first thought was, personally, I trust Elon Musk over Bitboy more than Bitboy Crypto, but that's just me. Furthermore, another reason why I do trust him more is because Elon Musk is the second richest man on the planet. What are the motivations once you're the second richest, and when you toggle back and forth between being the first richest man on the planet and the second richest man on the planet, what becomes your motivations at that point, Nick? Is it money? I don't think so. I don't think it's money at that point. I think it's more things like legacy, principle, things that shaking things up, and doing what you can to execute your vision on what is going to make a better and interesting world at that point. What do you say?
Yeah, and I find it hilarious that they would negate. What about Elon's nefarious intention with Bitcoin? That means you shouldn't buy Bitcoin either. Oh no!
Oh, I know. It's just
they don't talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before, and I think I talked to you about this in private. But you know what? I'm going to say it live. Bitboy Crypto is a hog of a man. He is clearly not taking care of himself.
Oh my God.
He's not in, and I don't mean to call anybody out or like fat shame anybody, but I'm sorry. I'm a fitness expert. This is my world. I can tell when somebody isn't eating right, isn't sleeping enough, and isn't getting the proper life nutrition.
Man.
This guy is running the largest YouTube stream, crypto stream on the planet, and his brain has become rotten. And it's to a fault of his own, because he is not taking care of his mind, people. If you don't take care of your body, your mind will melt. And you'll start thinking that Elon Musk is coming to steal your children in the night. It's not true.
Right.
Eat a banana or something. Go eat some chicken and some grilled fish, Bitboy Crypto. I will help you. Come to me. Just ask. DM me, bro. I will get you on a freaking plan. We can turn your life around, but I promise you, after a year's worth of dieting and solid gym time, you won't think that Elon Musk is coming in a black helicopter to kidnap your kids. I promise you. Your brain is scrambled.
Here, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls coming in hot. We'd expect no less from the Charles Atlas of Dogecoin to make that assessment. Funny stuff, Nick. This is a guy who, not too long ago, about a month and a half ago, took to Twitter one evening and said, called Elon Musk the biggest douchebag to involve himself in cryptocurrency, and then called for his arrest and to be jailed. So this is kind of like the hyperbolic nonsense that to me was so surprising out of the most popular cryptocurrency content creator in the world. And then, furthermore, he made this video attacking Elon just relentlessly and saying that he was literally like the worst thing to happen to crypto, and calling for a full boycott for everyone to block him and unfollow him and all this sort of stuff. And he gave his reasons why. And I gave a really good debunking of all that. If you want to look through the archives of my channel, it's about 15 minutes long. I think I did a really good job, if I don't say so myself. So if you just do Steele, Bitboy Crypto search, it'll pop right up. I'd recommend checking that out. And lastly, about this story, this was pointed out to me earlier this evening by one of our viewers on Twitter, and thank that person for this. I thank that person for this. But he referenced an article to me about Bitboy Crypto earlier this year, in which he was adamantly and bullishly predicting Bitcoin to here's his exact quote. Okay, this is his exact quote, and this is from April, beginning of April. This is Bitboy Crypto's words, by the way. I'm very confident that Bitcoin's going to hit 300,000 this year. Very confident. Some people will say it's got to take longer than that. No, it's going to be this year. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, where do you start? And just imagine how many people went all in on BTC at the top because of that. I just
like,
wildly.
Michael Saylor told people to mortgage their house to buy Bitcoin at 60,000.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that too. It's just kind of like, and what's so funny to me is, the Bitcoin maximalists like to paint Dogecoin people as like just too wacky and kooky to be taken seriously. And it's just like, y'all ever listen to yourselves? Like, we're the rational ones comparatively. We're not telling people to mortgage their homes, and we're not making wilds. I mean, the most prominent voices in Dogecoin are not saying that Doge is going to $100 by the end of the year, or even $10 by the end of the year, or even $5 by the end of the year. Or, maybe at the most, maybe $2 at the end of the year. But yeah, so to me,
I'm not even saying that.
I know you're not even saying that, but it's just one of these things where, holy smokes, man, the largest, most popular crypto currency content creator in the world was telling people in April that Bitcoin was going to be $300,000 by end of year, and saying it very, very confidently. I mean, to me, I'm just flabbergasted by that. To me, that seems wildly irresponsible. And I think, and so this is where it really becomes interesting, right? Because now there was this trajectory where Bitboy Crypto's just started hating on Elon more and more, right? And kind of turned on Dogecoin. I think at this point, when he quickly realized how far off his predictions were, I think he started just trying to look for someone to blame, and I think Elon was like that easy scapegoat to kind of pass off his inaccuracies on, So,
yeah, I think Tim Dillon said it best at the Bitcoin conference back in June in Miami. You guys are all in a cult. I wish you the best, but as soon as you guys leave here, they're just going to move the homeless in here, and they're going to talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I saw that. He's great, man. Sliding Edge coming with $5 super chat. Thank you, Sliding Edge. Sorry for the delay. He asked, did Vitalik Buterin donate to Sheeb in a game of 4D chess, thinking this would happen to Sheeb? If so, Did Sheeb get shivved? If so, much dump. So. Yeah, it's kind of a stretch. What do you think, Nick?
I think the Vitalik is not. He is an extremely smart man, but sometimes, what do they say? The easiest solution is like the most basic or whatever. I think that Vitalik had a bunch of stuff that he didn't realize he even had. It was literally eating up, the most amount of transaction fees and time on his network, and he decided to get the hell rid of it, and for a good cause. He's a multi-billionaire. I don't think he even I don't think there was 4D chess being played. The simplest solution is usually the correct one.
Yeah, and to our credit, I gotta say we called that one. We called that one literally the day before all that went down. You and I called it live. We said this is what's likely going to happen, and it literally happened when I woke up the next morning. I was like, oh my gosh. So Sliding Edge come with another $2 super chat. Thank you, man. Hey Nick offered to get Elon ripped. I do remember that. I do remember Nick.
I did. I'm still waiting for the DM. Elon, if you're listening, I would love to. You get me on a flight out down to Texas. I'll come down for like a week or something. We'll get you on a plan. I will bring all the necessary substances, whatever you need. I got you, bro.
So it's a wide open offer. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button. It really does help the channel out a lot. And then if you're new here, I just want to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. This is my co-host for the evening and many evenings, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. And we're happy to have you. So make sure you join this awesome community. Let's keep this thing growing, you guys. Honestly, I know I'm a bit biased, but I don't think there's any other channel like this on the internet that's crypto-centric. I think we got a unique vibe here, and the way things operate here I think is really awesome. And so let's just keep growing this. So if you know other people that you think might dig it, tell them about the channel, tell them about the community, share those links, so let's get to the big story of the night. Dogecoin breakout incoming. I've been looking at this charting all week. I've been looking at this charting more closely than usual for the last 2 weeks. And it's been my strong impression after everything I've been looking at, Nick, that a very strong breakout is likely imminent. And I'm a little trepidatious to use that, but I really don't know how else to describe. And I don't really know what other conclusion to come to for what I've been seeing. Would you care to get us started on this one?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not just a Dogecoin breakout.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It is a market-wide breakout.
It's a full market-wide breakout. We're just very bullish on Doge here, obviously. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Doge, to be totally honest, has been kind of moderately performing comparatively to the gains that have been made in Bitcoin and Ethereum, which makes me even more confident that Doge Doge actually took off before Bitcoin did.
Right.
So we had a larger recovery prior to what's happening right now, which gives us less room to move currently. However, I am, and this is not just me saying, this is several large TA guys and large, really good quantitative guys that are, listen, if Bitcoin was going to dump like in previous years where we reached an all-time high and then we went right back down, and this is speaking to the crypto market as a whole, if that was what was going to happen, it would have taken place. However, what we really need to do is get to that $42,000 Bitcoin area and get above that to solidify what we're all speculating. This would mark a move over the 200 exponential daily moving average, and this would confirm what everyone's thought process is.
Right.
Now, why I am so confident and bullish that this is going to take place and that this second bull run that we are going to see is going to be extremely dramatic, is because there is never in the history of crypto, this has never taken place before, where there has been a bull run, a period of stagnation, or some would even say negative price action or decline,
Right.
and then a second pop. That's never ever happened. This throughout for the history of crypto, that has never happened.
Right.
And novelty is what drives markets. People, you can't use, if everyone traded using the same algorithms, no one would make money. The markets are strictly based on novel ideas and novel principles. This is how major trading, the biggest traders in the world, this is how they make their money. And these novel events that take place, something like this it's never happened before. And I'm extremely confident and extremely excited to see how the next few days, weeks, months play out, because we're in uncharted territory at this point, and it's only just getting started right now.
Yeah. Well stated. And where are we right now? I'm just checking Bitcoin right now. It's been flirting right with that 40,000 threshold.
It's been 30, 39, 40 all day. Just
Yep.
dipping right above 39, right to 39.5 or 39.7 we're at right now, and then it'll go up to 40, it'll come back down, and this is just a little period. This is a little corrective period before everything kind of coalesces and blasts off again.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing exactly that we're in the phase of just collecting and before the next big blast. I mean, that is really what it's shaping up looking like to me. I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I never say anything for sure, because the markets are never a for sure thing. But I am seeing a pretty high probability that we may even see something that could be fairly described as parabolic in the near future. What do you say?
Yeah, I tend to think that what we will see in the next several weeks or months is going to be, it will make what happened in March, or whenever we saw the initial kind of spike, I think it'll make it look like a joke. I think it'll look minuscule compared to where we're going, because you have to be able to smash those highs, and you can't just hit an all-time high that you hit previously and go back down. Like that's just not how the fundamentals of any market works. So
yeah,
I tend to think that we're about to see something like we've never seen before, and we're in the makings of it right now.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, Nick, and that's exactly what I've been seeing too. And from the charts that I've been studying, it seems to be the next big threshold point of resistance for Bitcoin is around 44,000, 45,000, and then after that, it just seems to be huge blast off potential from there. Have you been seeing something similar?
Yeah, I think the next resistance line after that is like 51.
Right.
51K. Miles G in the chat, by the way.
Hey, Miles
Ladies
G.
and gentlemen.
Right on, Miles G. Good to see you, man.
Miles
Good to see you.
G. Yeah, so there's a few fib levels. I was going to actually measure it out right now. Hold on, let me bust out the old handy Fibonacci retracement tool. Where'd it go? Here we go. So just swing high to swing low. Yeah, so a lot of people, I think what a lot of people are measuring is the next leg up. So like the next all-time high that people are looking for Bitcoin to set is in the $80,000, like $82,000 range. And that's just based off of fib retracement. So yeah, I mean, there are going to be areas of resistance along the way. We'll see how many of those areas we encounter and they actually, become resistance, or if they become support. I mean, we'll see. It remains to be seen. This move up from the low, around 29 to where we're at now happened very quickly. And I'd imagine that the next few moves up will happen quite fast as well.
Big agree there, Nick. Tuco coming in at $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Tuco. If Robinhood does wallets, do you think they will do a higher paid tier service in order to do that, since big money owns Robinhood and with an IPO? So Tuco's asking, if Robinhood wallets do come through, will they offer a higher paid tier service in order to do it?
You'd have to. I don't know what he means by higher paid tier, because Robinhood is historically they have, well, they say they have free trading, but they don't charge fees. They make their money in a different way, which I could explain, but I don't know what he means by higher tier. I don't know what he means by that.
Well, I think what he means, well, firstly, addressing what you said there, you're absolutely right. And one of the things they do to profit is they sell all of your data. They sell all of our data to hedge funds. That's what they do.
Yeah. Not only that,
that's not good.
They not only that, but they sell price differential.
Yes.
So they literally make money on the difference of the price that you're selling at. And what Steven means by they sell your data, they are just a middleman. Robinhood is just a middleman. They don't execute their own trades. What they do is they take your order, they sell that order to a hedge fund.
Yes.
How do they make money off of that? Well, because what they're doing is they're selling the order flow to major hedge funds. It gives major hedge funds a crystal ball into what is being bought and sold in bulk, because their user base is so large, right? So if a hedge fund has let's say a hedge fund owns a majority of Apple stock, and a bunch of people on Robinhood, tomorrow decide that they're all going to sell their Apple stock. Well, that hedge fund is going to get advanced notice that a huge percentage of people on Robinhood are selling. So they'll be able to unload before everybody else. So yeah, I think it's a disingenuous business model to say that you're allowing commission-free trading, or whatever they call it, because they're making money, and I can guarantee you they're making way more money doing that than they would be if they were charging commission fees. They're making way more money than that. So yeah, just keep in mind, you're always going to pay somewhere. Nothing in this world is free. You're going to pay somewhere, and you can either be, you can have the wool pulled over your eyes and told that you're not paying any fees, or you can actually pay fees with a real brokerage and actually operate account.
Well stated. Nick, I got some breaking news here we got to go to right now, and I did double check that. Well, double check this news while you were explaining that. But as it stands right now, guys, this is breaking news. As it stands right now, Bitboy Crypto's YouTube channel has been terminated. It is
oh my God!
It is down. It has been terminated. I don't know why. I do know that Nick, you and I were. Yeah. This literally just happened, guys. This is breaking news. Bitboy Crypto's channel has been terminated. It has been terminated. It says this.
I told him to stop eating those damn carbs.
This account has been terminated for violating YouTube's community guidelines.
Wow.
This is pretty massive. It is concerning, actually, and this is not a decision I celebrate. We were talking about, before we went on the air a bit, Nick, with you and I, where YouTube has been enforcing a new round of terms of service, apparently, targeted at crypto-related content. And you seem to think that it was only supposed to be targeted at the more kind of scam-oriented regions of cryptocurrency for, I guess you would say, your kind of pump and dump kind of content.
Well, if you look at it, Steven, the past week and I think it's been for the past week, Bitboy has been pumping this crypto. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, I think it's called AMP. I'm not.
Oh, AMP. Oh, I don't want.
Yes.
Let's be careful. Let's not be careful not to say it too much. Let's spell it. Let's spell it out, just because we don't want to trigger any.
AMP.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
He's been pumping this AMP, and it's been going bananas.
In fact, let's just say the A, just to be extra cautious. That's just the A.
Sure.
So
the A.
Yeah, the A. So
I didn't even know if that was. I think that's it. Are you? Is that it?
Let me double check. I know a lot of people have been talking about the A.
The videos are all gone now, so I can't check to confirm. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And he has been. Okay, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. I just double checked it here.
Yeah, so he's been pumping that for the past week and a half, and the price has been going crazy. And he's basically telling his viewers to buy that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that's very good at all. You can't tell anybody, we do our best here to not, we're not giving anybody, dues or do whatever you want with it. I've always said, and people always tell me to do stuff. Don't tell me to do anything. It's my money. I'll do what I want with it. And likewise, if you're out there listening and you're in the audience, at the end of the day, it's your money. Do what you will. But
Right.
this type of even promoting stuff like that is I think he went overboard with what he did with the A.
The A. Oh, so
Yeah.
so you see, I don't follow his content super closely, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. So, but from what you were telling me is that it just seemed from what you were witnessing that he was pushing the A a bit excessively.
Yeah, he was saying that I'm not going to repeat what he said. For I don't want to get this trouble, the channel in trouble, and I don't want you getting in trouble. I'm not going to say what he said, but needless to say, he was giving advice.
Okay,
Put it like that. He was giving a very strongly worded advice that he shouldn't have been giving on YouTube for sure. And this just goes to show you, that this is serious. YouTube is taking this serious now. I mean, this. Got people like us, smaller channels and stuff. I don't think it's anything to necessarily be worried about. But when you have the largest platform on the on the whole thing, yeah. And this isn't Graham Stephan had a similar situation happen to him the other day. YouTube said they were going to shut his channel down. They never did. It was all just kind of a misunderstanding. But this is for real. His channel is gone. So.
Well, I mean, there is that now there is a possibility that he could contest it. I have seen people get channels back. I mean, that's what happened with Jerry's channel, actually. He got his back. I was
just about to bring that up.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'm sure his team is aware of what's happening. I'm sure his phone is going crazy, and I'm sure they are seeing he's already thinking about and taking action on what he can do to try to resolve this and to appeal the decision. How it resolves remains to be seen, but this is wild because you usually, I think, get 3 strikes before your channel before this happens. So
or not, and it's just YouTube, and they'll do whatever they want. It's technically, I think that's how it should work. Is you should get 3 strikes and you should be aware of what's going on. But ultimately, we're all on, and that's the issue, I think, with major media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, all these major social media platforms. They can just they can just kick you off. They're a private company. They'll do whatever they want.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that a bit more after this. Sliding Edge coming with a $2 super chat. Thank you again, Sliding Edge. Want to see what the violation is and if it's legit. Well, we're speculating what the violation probably was, but just keep in mind, guys, we're only speculating. We don't know for sure, but I mean, we're doing our best. We're doing our best to cover this as information is coming in here. If you guys have any more information to this story, feel free to put it up in the chat, or even better yet, feel free to inbox it to me. My DMs are open on Twitter at Mr. Steven Steele, Mr. Steven Steele. If you have any more information, any developing information, any behind the scenes information to this story, please feel free to inbox it to me on my Twitter. This is a concern, though. I mean, this is not a decision. I'm not particularly fond of. We're not particularly fond of his content overall, but this isn't a decision I celebrate by any means. No,
you should. I think everybody should be able to put out what they want.
Right.
I don't care if I disagree with it. This is America, goddammit.
Right. Right.
I think that people should be able to say, that is the good, right? That is the good and the bad thing about freedom, is that anybody can say whatever they want, but that's the price of freedom. That is what we're all kind of fighting for. And it also gives us the ability to make fun of Bitboy Crypto if we want to. Mm-hmm. And he can make fun of us.
Right.
he could call me the juice head or whatever. I don't care. Everybody says it already. So, that's the price of freedom, and it's unfortunate that these things kind of happen. I hope that he gets his channel back.
Yeah, I do too. Someone else in chat is saying YouTube is also shutting down AMC streamers too. AMC streamers, to me that seems a bit excessive, but
their price action isn't even moving.
Yeah, particularly
they're already dead.
Yeah, particularly how dead in the water AMC has been. It just seems like a weird target right now. Anyway, so this leads to another topic. Really, it's kind of dovetailing off of this, and that is the one of alt tech and alt tech platforms. This is something that I've been considering for the future. I do my best to not violate any TOS here on YouTube, and I think it's a great platform. I love it. But at the same time, I also wouldn't mind planning just in case. You never know. Having a backup plan, there's... what will be interesting to see, let's say Bitboy Crypto does not get his channel back. He is going to go to an alternative platform. He has a massive following. I mean, massive. So whatever alternative platform he decides to go to, and I don't even want to name them just to be on the safe side. Do you know what I mean? But you can do your research to what those platforms would be. But this could give a serious boom to whatever platform he would decide to open up shop on, if he does not get his channel reinstated here on YouTube.
The problem is, Steven, that there's so few platforms that allow what he does already, right? Like, okay, he could go to Twitch, but Twitch isn't really super crypto friendly to begin with. I mean, they kind of are to an extent. Like they let Ross and everybody do their thing. There's a few people there, but not very many. I feel like we're almost back in the day where everyone on the internet, the internet is going to get so commercialized and politicized that people will start making their own, hosting their own servers and their own web pages again. I think that would actually be great, where people can go watch their favorite streamers or whoever they like to watch on their own platforms. You know what I mean? Like, get off of these big conglomerate websites.
I'm not sure what the future holds, but the continue trajectory of censorship and maybe an overreach in that regard from the current major tech platforms, I think is inevitably going to lead to alternative platforms, some alternatives rather, actually be becoming more viable. It's just that none of them have really kind of taken off. Even the most popular alternatives really haven't taken off, to be honest. And in part, that's their fault. In part, it's really difficult to find any alternative platforms that are as seamless and user-friendly as YouTube, as Twitter, and such. But we're super overdue. We're super overdue for someone to a platform to make that happen effectively. And someone said Bitboy Crypto tweeted, "I am on that, guys. I'm getting to that momentarily here. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, this is huge. This is huge news, Nick. And where this ends up it seems to be a big shot across the bow by YouTube for crypto-related content. But as we know right now, there's no other major crypto-related channels that are down right now. Now, Nick, you did say that Graham Stephan had a little bit of a scare there. What do you know about that?
Yeah, I follow Graham. I've been following him for a bit now. He's one of my favorite Hobbit people.
I like him,
and I like him too. He's a knowledgeable little man. I like him. He had an issue just the other week that his channel was getting shut down in 12 days because of unwanted or spam messages or some very strange and odd just weird. It didn't make sense. Like what the reason YouTube proclaimed to him that he was getting shut down just didn't make any sense. So he actually got in touch with when you have a channel that's got like millions of followers, you actually get like a YouTube person that is in charge of your account. So he got in touch with that person, and it turns out it was all just a big mistake. But he does do a lot of crypto stuff. Like Graham Stephan does cover a lot of crypto, among other things. But that was kind of my original thought process was, oh man, Graham's getting taken down for crypto, which is nuts. It sounds crazy. Yeah.
It does sound crazy. Rock Lobster coming with a $4.99 super chat. Ironically, a blockchain YouTube Twitter solution would fix this issue. No, go ahead.
So it's actually, if you just think about, I read his comment earlier. He mentioned that. If you think about it, that's actually a really good idea to create a blockchain that manages content. Like that's actually a really good idea. However, I don't know the technicality, like how that would be technically viable, because the blocks in a blockchain, like the entire Dogecoin blockchain is like 50 megabytes, or I'm sorry, 50 gigabytes. To create a blockchain that manages live video,
right,
in the multi-gigs, like every second, I don't know how that would happen. There's probably some computer genius out there that's like working on this right now.
Right.
But it is a good idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. I am way too dumb to figure out how that would work.
This is the, and Nick, if you could just check your phone momentarily. And this is the tweet from Ben Armstrong, aka Bitboy Crypto, that he just sent out about a little less than 10 minutes ago now. He said, urgent, like and retweet now. Tonight Team YouTube deleted my channel. The censorship and unfair crackdown on crypto has gone too far. If you want to see YouTube give me my channel back so we can share education and news with you, let them know. So this already has well over 1,000 likes, about 750 retweets, and the tweet's about 10 minutes old now. So that's going to garner major attention. Still a pretty ambiguous statement from an ambiguous yet strong statement from Bitboy Crypto in relation to what just happened. And if you're just joining us live right now, what we are covering is late breaking news that Bitboy Crypto's YouTube channel has been terminated, wiped out instantaneously. Bitboy Crypto is technically the largest, most popular crypto content creator on the planet. So for his account to be terminated for what YouTube is calling a violation of their community guidelines is absolutely major. How this shakes out to the rest of the crypto community and the rest of the crypto channels remains to be seen. Nick has a pretty keen idea of why he may be in hot water now, and we discussed this just a little bit earlier. Now we've got a lot of new people joining us now, and I don't want to name, just to err on the side of caution, I don't even want to specifically name the coin that he was promoting very aggressively very recently, but it starts with an A, and we're just going to call it the A for safety reasons right now. And Nick, from what you observed, you said that it was your feeling that Bitboy Crypto may have been involved in promoting the A coin to a degree that could be seen as pushing it, so to speak, with YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like Bitboy Crypto really stepped over the line with the whole A situation. It wasn't like he was. It certainly was tempting the line of financial advice, and at many times overstepping the line into financial advice, and it was very blatant. It wasn't even like you couldn't misconstrue this for what he was doing. So yeah, I think big miscalculation by Bitboy in doing so. And I think that people who have large followings, of which he had the largest, I think that they think that they're untouchable, and they forget that they're playing in somebody else's playground. And just because they're the king of the hill doesn't mean that they're gonna not get knocked off. And we're literally watching that happen live at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are literally watching this show. But I have to say, this show, by the way, seems to always have a knack for being live when the biggest stories in crypto break. I mean, right? every time, it's just amazing. Not too long ago, and it was a night that you took off, Sadaf, who did a lovely job co-hosting with me in your absence. But that was when Upshot went upgone with.
I came in for 10 minutes.
You came in. That's right. You came in. Yeah. You came in for a quick cameo, but we were live on the air as all that mess was unfolding. And wow, was that a long night, but a riveting one, right? And now here we have even a bigger story. Bitboy Crypto's all his YouTube content gone, banned, terminated, out of there, and we don't know why. We are speculating why. I will say, I think Nick's reasoning for why this probably happened seems to be the most likely culprit. We can't say with absolute certainty, of course, at this time, but it does make the most sense. It does make the most sense. Will he be able to salvage the channel, get it back? This has happened in the past. They might, just for the sheer size and scope of his channel, they may give him his channel back. Or they may be making a big example out of the largest crypto content creator on purpose as a shot across the bow to kind of reestablish a tone and establish new laws, new rules, new guidelines, new TOS to let us know that they mean business, right? So this could very well be the case as well. So, wow, Nick, just incredible. I mean, it's so ironic too, because it's not like we talk about Bitboy Crypto a lot on this channel. We hardly ever do, right? But it just so happens that we were talking about him earlier on the show.
See what happens, Steven, when you don't eat properly and you don't go to the gym. YouTube comes after you, and let this be an ire to other YouTube streamers out there. Be healthy.
Oh, man. Brutal. Yeah, it's crazy because he has a very professional operation. He's got like a full studio that he records at.
$1 million setup.
Yeah, it's $1 million setup. It kind of operates like just like you're watching like a kind of like a cable news, but with crypto kind of roundtable show. And, as far as the production of what he does, it's really quite good. It's very good. It's just, admittedly, you and I wouldn't describe ourselves as the biggest Bitboy Crypto fans, but that being said, this is not something we like to see, right? I mean, this is not something we like to see.
No. But I will say his setup is extremely professional. When Matt Wallace was there, I heard they had him in makeup for 3 hours, and I really do think that Bitboy Crypto. I'm just joking.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, "Are you serious? Literally 3 hours."
I really do. I think that Bitboy Crypto has, and here's my concern, is that Bitboy Crypto, just over the past few years, has made a lot of money. He is living a lifestyle that is equivalent to what he thinks that money is made. That he's making all this cash. This could not be good. Usually when people, not people like me, but usually when people make millions of dollars, they spend it just as fast, and thinking that that's never going to end. But it ends. Sorry to break it to you. But, you can have the biggest YouTube channel in the world, and you never know. That thing could be shut down. So plan accordingly. And Bitboy Crypto tonight, I can't believe this is happening live when we're on the air. This is crazy.
Yeah, and I do remember though, Nick, that someone was speculating in chat that it might be a mass reporting attack. I doubt that. I don't know that he draws that much ire where there'd be a coordinated effort in that regard. I think that'd be more unlikely. But something like that was speculated to have happened to Matt Core's channel last week, and I believe his has gotten back up. So, man, this is just. Let me check to make sure Matt Core's is up. Yeah. So Matt's channel's back up. So Matt's channel got pulled very, very briefly, though. But so who knows what's going on here, guys? But this is just absolutely massive, massive news. And the way this plays out, Nick, is going to really set precedent going forward. The relationship between crypto-centric content creators, and big tech. This is going to really set the tonality and for what we expect to see in the future. Now, that being said, the things that I was going to say crypto Batman, but no, Bitboy, big difference. The things that Bitboy Crypto was seemingly up to the last few weeks couldn't have helped matters any, and it's certainly not the sort of thing that we would engage in on this program. You know, it's certainly nothing that we would engage in, especially when you're somebody with the size and scope and influence as Bitboy Crypto. You got to be pretty careful to what your could be perceived as aggressively promoting, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would agree.
Yeah, you gotta really see, you gotta be really careful about that. Guys, if you're new here, you are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Glad to have you. I stream regular live shows most nights, but not all. And we have a great time here. The channel is pretty new, just a little over 3 months old, but we are growing exponentially and would love to have you along for the ride. Feel free to join the community. Sync up with us. We've got an exciting community. We've got a fun community, a friendly community, and we're a little bit weird, so you got to be cool with that. We're a little bit weird here too, but hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit on the notification bell so you never miss these late-breaking shows like we're doing right now. We're always right on it, folks. We're always right on it. And also, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout the show, that's obviously hugely appreciated for the time and efforts. Feel free to ask myself or my co-host Nick Balls any questions or comments that you'd like, and we will do our best to field those as best as we can. So
I'm not going to repeat what was said here in this comment, but if you guys can read Scott Francis's message, that is exactly what we're talking about.
That who said? Or what? Who in chat?
Scott Francis said exactly what Bitboy said. So if you guys read what Scott said, that's what Bitboy had been saying. Which is not good. That's, not good.
Yeah, that could have been. It could have been what triggered this whole thing. It seems what's the most likely. But it's interesting because we were just covering this. Because it seemed that Bitboy Crypto's ire had been heating up. He's definitely been more feisty than I've ever seen him over the last few months, particularly in relation to Elon Musk. He seemed to really have a lot of animosity, strong feelings and animosity developing towards Elon. And we were talking about this earlier in the show. It seemed to me that Bitboy Crypto had been going after Elon Musk more aggressively, kind of out of what he perceived to be market manipulation, ironically. And I think it was in part the reason, good part perhaps, why he has been going after Elon so aggressively is because his own predictions were so wildly off, or were shaping up to be so wildly off from what he had stated, that he was been trying to look for reasons to why that was. And I think in his mind, or justification for it, seemed to be Elon Musk, which I disagree with him on. But just to remind you guys, Bitboy Crypto did firmly speculate that Bitcoin, BTC, was going to come in easily at 300,000 by the end of this year. 300,000 by the end of this year. And he speculated that he predicted that in the beginning of April. So not that long ago. To me, this seemed, I would have, even when the market was more bullish back in April, we were not predicting Bitcoin to be anywhere near 300,000. At the most, at the very most, you and I talked about possibly 100,000 years and possibly.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I think that was like max. I think we both, our kind of peak value on both Doge and Bitcoin was like 100K Bitcoin, $1 Doge. That was our target for the year, and even maybe a little bit less for you. I think that's kind of an optimistic outlook that I hold, but thinking Bitcoin's going to hit 300K this year I don't know what percentage. I could take a look and see what percentage gain that is, but that's insane. I mean, that's so crazy. 300. Yeah. I can't even. I'm gonna measure it right now, but I don't even know if I can. 300K. That's 764%. Like.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin just doesn't move like that. I mean, Doge does. Doge moves 500 to 700% at an upswing, but right. Bitcoin, it takes so much money to move Bitcoin. Like, there's no way.
Right. Yeah, it just because of the sheer volume and market cap on Bitcoin. It's just, but Doge still can, but even at that, it does take a lot for a lot of money, even on the Doge level, for something like that to happen at this point. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in coming days. Again, just to reaffirm our position on this is not something we're happy about at all. We may have some of our disagreements with Bitboy Crypto, but this is not a good trajectory. This does, my perspective on this stuff is just let the chips fall where they fall. If people dig their own, content creators can get themselves into their own trouble. That's their prerogative. You know what I mean? But overall, I'm a pretty staunch advocate for freedom of speech, aside from some very basic guidelines. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that freedom of speech is paramount to, that American living. And I think that, obviously we're in a global society now, but I don't want to get into politics.
Right.
I do think that the freedom to say whatever you want is uniquely American.
Yes.
And it is what our society and what are the foundations of our life has been built on, is freedom of speech. And you know what, that the price that you pay to have that freedom of speech is that you have to listen to idiots.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to, but there are going to be idiots. And that's okay, because guess what, the world isn't a perfect place. People are going to say crazy things all the time. Whether you ban freedom of speech or not, like, there's countries, I'm not going to name them, but there's countries that will lock you up for saying the wrong thing. But guess what? Those people just keep coming because that's what people do. So I genuinely believe that freedom of speech, especially on the internet, of all places, the internet... Guys, I don't know how many of you were alive during like the 90s and early 2000s when that was like literally the Wild West. You could do anything online. And that even stretched into the mid 2010s, where the internet was still a wild place.
Yes.
And I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. Now, like you mentioned, there are some caveats, right? I think we can all agree that there are certain things that shouldn't be taking place online. I'm not going to get into those things, but I think we're all aware of what those things are.
Yes, of course.
This is stuff that we can all agree on. It shouldn't be online. But other than that, just talking about what you want to talk about shouldn't be illegal, or it shouldn't be silenced. This is just the way it is. Like it or not, the internet should be a free place for everyone to be able to air their ideas, and they could be airing them to no one. I often make the the statement that back in 2014, I was tweeting about Dogecoin to 0 people. You can go back, look at my Twitter history, like pull up tweets that I put out from 2014. It was all about Dogecoin. 0 likes. No one was listening to me.
Yeah.
So I was literally screaming into the void. And it's so funny that 7 years later we have an audience of several hundred people and many thousands more that watch the channel every day. And I just think I think that's super funny, and I want that to continue. I want that vision, and I want that voice of the community to be able to get out there and still be heard. And if this is one of these things where Bitboy Crypto was rallying around a specific coin or token or whatever it may be, obviously, providing financial advice, although we all say not financial advice every day, the line gets blurred quite often with any type of financial, whether it be stock, investment, any type of financial, anything, YouTube channel or any type of social media, the line is constantly being blurred. So either like have it set in stone or don't have it at all.
Right.
In my personal opinion, just don't have it at all, because it doesn't ultimately matter. People are going to do what they want because they have free will, and free will allows you to do whatever you want. The problem is in 2021, everyone out there, especially the younger generation, is looking to blame others for their mistakes. Well, I made a bad investment because this guy told me to. No, you made a bad investment because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And you listen to another idiot.
Right.
This is not that idiot's fault. This is you're that idiot.
Right.
So
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent.
No, not at all. No, not at all. I was just gonna agree with you there. Ross Nickel. I don't know if that's the real Ross Nickel or not, nevertheless, thank you so much for the. I do appreciate it either way. Thank you for the $3 super sticker with the "How's it going, Shiba Inu?" Thank you again. Rock Lobster coming in with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Rock Lobster. Appreciate you. Cheers, Ross. Love the stream with VB. Now, Ross, the real Ross Nickel, does watch this show semi-regularly, so who knows? But and Ross has been on this show a few times, and I am going to be on Ross's show on Twitch on the 1st, and just on August 1st.
Cool.
Yep, just a couple days. So
I watched his stream today, by the way, with the Vitalik.
Yeah, I only got to the first half. I guess still have to watch the second half of it, but pretty awesome.
I got to watch it again because Ross's stream cut out during like the most important part. And
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, but luckily the girl who was helping them host the whole thing, she streamed it as well, and I guess she got his bit. But I was listening, and I was like, and Ross got cut off during like the most integral part of the entire thing, and I'm like, is he doing this on purpose? Like, is he screwing with me right now? But it was just a technical issue. But I am gonna rewatch it just to hear that little tidbit.
Yeah. I'm just refreshing Bitboy Crypto's Twitter. There's no new updates. Excuse me. Again, to recap, Ben Armstrong, a.k.a. Bitboy Crypto, did tweet this out 34 minutes ago. He said this: urgent, like and retweet now. Tonight, Team YouTube deleted my YouTube channel. The censorship and unfair crackdown on crypto has gone too far. If you want to see YouTube, give me my channel back so we can share education and news with you. Let the Team YouTube know. And then he has it up with a screenshot of the notification that he got from YouTube firsthand to let him know what had happened. And this is the notification that YouTube sent Bitboy Crypto just a short time ago. They said, we have permanently removed permanently removed your channel from YouTube. Going forward, you will not be able to access, possess, or create any other YouTube channels. What can you do next? There are steps you can take if you want to appeal this decision. Review YouTube's community lines and appeal here. Fill out the form, yada, yada, yada. So as of right now, he shot across the bow. YouTube says he is permanent banned. How this affects, Nick, what do you say? What do you think the probability that we're going to see a lot of other crypto channels fall now? Or do you think that this is just more of a specific TOS violation thing specifically to Bitboy Crypto? Or do you think this is the beginning of a big mass crackdown on crypto related content in general on YouTube?
It is either, I will say this, it is either one or the other. This is either an example being made, or it's a call to all financial streamers or content creators throughout the platform that YouTube is not going to tolerate people putting out any type of financial information, which is insanity,
right?
In my personal opinion,
right.
So it is either one or the other. Bitboy Crypto is either gone because of a TOS violation that he made, and that's that, or there is going to be sweeping changes made to the people who are allowed or not allowed, I should say, to make financial content, which I think is a disservice to the public at large. You know, I think that people should be able to get educated. I mean, just as people, you know, you can learn to do anything nowadays off of YouTube, right? You can learn to build a car engine. You can learn to fly a plane. You can learn pretty much anything on YouTube. And it's a shame if they are going to start blocking content creators that put out financial information, because that's almost the most important skill to have. Screw everything else. If you don't have control over your financial future and you don't know how money works, you're never going to be successful. And I could see this as big tech's sweeping or beginning to sweep the rug of letting the masses be educated in the realm of building a better future for themselves, because it doesn't help their platform immediately perform. It doesn't gain them instantaneous money at YouTube. It boggles my mind that massive corporations who have been building a vision for years into the future are so short-sighted when it comes to instantaneous revenue. If the money isn't coming in that month, they will do whatever they can to block and ban whatever it is that they believe that is causing that issue. And I believe that is the most short-sighted and idiotic thing a company can do. And I've seen every major company do it in the last 10 years, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I think COVID was actually one of the greatest things that ever happened to our country, in the sense that it showed how much money major corporations were wasting on office space, in the fact that like 90% of people's jobs can be done from home. Like,
yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, that's actually a really good. That's a really good point. I've always thought that in the digital age, like why are these office spaces even necessary at this point? If it's just as long as you're keeping on, if you're on top of the workload that's required of you, right? Guys, if you're new here, you are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Welcome. Like to invite you to join our awesome community. This channel is just 3.5 months old, but we are growing exponentially, and would love to have you link up with us. I do regular live streams here, bring you who I feel to be some of the very best, most interesting guests in this space and beyond. And tonight, is my most frequent co-host. That is Nick Balls. We call him Dogecoin Millionaire Nick Balls for the new folks here. And the reason why I call him that is because he had the foresight to invest $10,000, took out a bank from the loan, $10,000 he didn't even have at that time. And put it all in Dogecoin way back in 2014. So since then, he held all of it and has now turned that $10,000 investment into a multi-million-dollar investment. So he has a very interesting and compelling story. So it's always great to have his perspective on things and him along for the ride here. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, if you could take a moment to do that, it really is the number one thing you can do to help out a new channel like this one. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. So if you haven't smashed that like button, smash it. Obviously, the big breaking story, Bitboy Crypto, his entire channel, his entire legacy body of work on YouTube has been instantly banned, terminated, shut down. He got the notification directly from YouTube that said your channel has been permanently banned and you are not welcome to start up any other new channels on this platform. Of course, he's appealing it, right? People are still asking the chat. People are still filing in the chat right now, asking, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Well, we don't know. No one knows for sure. But we do have one good indicator. We do have one predominant speculation on why Bitboy Crypto's channel was shut down, and that he was promoting very recently and very aggressively a particular crypto that starts with an A. And I don't want to say the name of that crypto. We don't want to trigger anything. We want to stay within whatever YouTube's updated terms of service are regarding crypto-centric content. I'm gonna have to give it another review here. Just to make sure we're working within their TOS. But he was aggressively promoting, what we do know is he was aggressively promoting a particular crypto that starts with an A in recent weeks, to the point where he was basically giving out what you would say explicit instruction in relation to that coin, yeah?
Yeah, he was definitely giving a fair bit more than financial advice.
Okay.
And definitely stepping over that line. And in turn, I mean, there was some correlation there between what he was saying. He has a multi-million viewer audience, and the price was moving. I mean,
yeah,
it was definitely whatever he was doing was working. In fact, so much so, it's so funny. Like, this is kind of weird. I'm sure this is probably some massive coincidence. But I just got a notification from Binance, which I still get their updates, that they were they had recently or just recently listed that crypto on their platform. And they're like, it's live, you can get it now. So that particular, again, we're not going to name what it was, but that particular crypto has become very popular in just the past couple weeks. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have, I'm trying to look at it right now I don't have my drawing tool, so I can't see the percentage gain, but it's pretty huge. It went from like 3 cents up to 73 cents. Or I'm sorry, 3 cents to 7 cents.
I was going to say, what? I was about to double check it myself. Like, yeah, oh my gosh.
3 cents to 7 cents, but that still is in that market cap, and being as new as it is a fairly substantial move. I mean, it started at a penny. So, or I'm sorry, it started at a fraction of a penny.
I noticed a profile going by the name Vitalik Buterin says, "Hi, Steven."
Vitalik, if that's really you, man, I really, really want to help you get jacked. I was listening to you on Ross's stream earlier. You mentioned intermittent fasting. Please don't do that, Vitalik. You were the last person that needs to be intermittent fasting. DM me. I will get you on a plan, but we need to get you muscled up.
Well, the person going by the name Vitalik Buterin just sent a 99-cent
cheeseburger
with a cheeseburger, so that's a good start.
Maybe. Okay, cool. All right. Well, those digital cheeseburgers will only go so far, Vitalik. I am going to come visit you. I don't know if you're in Canada right now or whatever, but I'm going to get you on the Nick Balls plan to get huge, Vitalik. We are going to get you so jacked, you're going to make Jeff Bezos look like a child. We are going to get Vitalik absolutely jacked.
And we got the Beef Supreme coming in the chat. Better late than never, Beef Supreme. What was the last thing that you were saying there before I got detoured? Because it was making me think of another point that I wanted to make.
I was talking about the price action on the...
oh, yeah, right. That being said, it's my just personal belief anyway that people should be free to do that. If I was in charge of legislation, people should be free to express themselves even in that way if they want to. I'm just for the simple fact that I'm very much have a default to being very strong on free speech, with the exception of some very basic things I think most all of us can agree on. But other than that, I'm a firm believer in just kind of letting the chips fall where they may. Also for the reason that, in my opinion, when you start regulating this sort of thing, it really often, almost every time, ends up having a lot of unintended consequences, and things always go further than what you initially even thought was possible or intended. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I think without getting super political here, I think free speech is the cornerstone to a healthy and prosperous society. And I think whenever you look at a country or a nation that bans free speech, there's huge issues and huge ramifications that come of that. Again, not going to name any names, but I think we can all think of a country, specifically a very large country, that has basically banned free speech, and it's not good. It's not good. What happens to people who decide to speak out against that government? It's not good to people who decide to not follow the government's agenda. Anytime you get rid of free speech, it's just it's bad news. Oh, we got some more Vitalik super chats coming in.
Yeah, let me get to
him, by the way.
Let me get to some super chats here. Beto, good to see you, Beto. $2 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, R.I.P. Valhalla, Upshot, and Bitboy. They're going like dominoes, my friend. Yes, indeed.
Threes.
Oh my gosh. Hey, it's Aussie Sam. Aussie Sam, who's sometimes one of our more infrequent co-hosts on here, but we always love having Aussie Sam. I go back with her quite a bit. Coming in with a $5 super chat on a super sticker. High five right back to you, Sam. We love Aussie Sam here on Steven Steele Live. And then another super chat from somebody going by the name Vitalik Buterin. I won't be able to work out. I'm helping to develop a new and up and coming coin, Upcoin. Thanks. Well, there you have it. There's our answer.
There you go.
Aussie Sam coming with another super sticker for $99. Thank you again, Aussie Sam. Appreciate you. Somebody else has said in chat, weird that Bitboy gets banned the night Warren gave her deadline for crypto regulations. This is an interesting thing to bring up. I mean, you can't help but think or wonder, maybe if there's some sort of tie in there, who knows? This was something I did plan on talking about tonight because just last night, crypto urged Janet Yellen to begin strong crackdowns on cryptocurrency. Warren said cryptocurrencies currently touch or can ripple throughout nearly every corner of the financial system, as if that's a bad thing. And
yeah.
I'm just like, this comes courtesy of Politico. They reported this. Senator Elizabeth Warren is pressing Secretary Janet Yellen to rally federal agencies to develop a coordinated and cohesive regulatory strategy on cryptocurrencies, which the Massachusetts Democrat said poses growing risks in the financial system. Warren told Yellen in a letter released Tuesday that she should tap the Financial Stability Oversight Council, a panel of top regulators that the Treasury Secretary chairs, to act with urgency. Warren said cryptocurrencies. I'm going to try to do it in Elizabeth Warren voice. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Elizabeth Warren said, cryptocurrencies currently touch or can ripple throughout nearly every corner of the financial system. With more than 2,000 digital currencies in circulation and a market value that could exceed $2 trillion. These are very specific concerns with these so-called stablecoins. They decentralize our finance system and reap exposure to hedge funds and risks to our banks. So, how was my Elizabeth Warren? Okay, moderately okay, terrible.
Spot on. I think, just to be sure, we're talking about the Elizabeth Warren that lied about being Native American, correct?
Well, she didn't lie.
Elizabeth Warren?
She didn't lie. She was one 200th or something.
Oh, okay.
There was a drop. There was a drop in there.
Okay. She went to a Native American casino at some point, and back in the 70s, and now she's okay. Well, I think this is probably the last person that should be having any opinions one way or the other on a massive $multi-trillion market with no fundamental background in global economics or any of these things that it's amazing to me that people who especially people like Elizabeth Warren, these were the same people who were saying the internet was never going to catch on. This is the same types of people. And now they're trying to regulate cryptocurrencies. It's like, bro,
right.
Do you even know how these things work? Technically, do you understand blockchain at all? I can guarantee you that Elizabeth Warren has no clue how any of this works, and yet they want to be the ones in charge of if it should be regulated or not. It is a farce and a complete laughingstock of our governmental bodies. I think that the best we can hope for is that in 10 years none of these people will be here. So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah, it's interesting. So back to the question, do you think that there's any relation, Nick, between what the government is flirting with a massive crackdown on cryptocurrencies and what transpired with Bitboy Crypto's channel? Do you think there's any overlap there, or do you think these are separate things?
So.
That's what I think.
I think that Elizabeth, everyone's been talking about Elizabeth Warren today, including us right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely lock my doors tonight and make sure that, FBI agents dressed in black aren't going to knock my door down. But, yeah, I'm pretty confident that Elizabeth Warren didn't shut down Bitboy Crypto's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. Samantha Aussie Sam, thank you so much, Samantha, for the generous super chat of 20 Australian dollars. Thank you so much. Fight for your freedom of speech, your right to speak about whatever the F you like. Spread love and knowledge. Love to all. Great message from Aussie Sam, a part of our team here.
Oh yeah, Aussie Sam, and she's in Australia.
Yeah,
that says a lot.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so thank you so much, Samantha. We appreciate you so much here. So, new people keep coming in the chat. Why? They keep asking, why did Bitboy Crypto get banned? Why? Well, as of right now, his channel is said to be permanently banned for a violation of YouTube terms of service. We don't know. Nobody can know for sure why he got banned, but we are speculating. We do have a speculation at this point on why Bitboy Crypto was banned, and it was that over the last few weeks, he had been aggressively promoting one particular cryptocurrency that starts with an A. And that, from what we have witnessed, could be seen as him pushing the envelope enough to get YouTube to take action on this. So, maybe for the folks just coming in, because there are a lot of them, Nick, could you just maybe just recap a little bit on that from what you witnessed in regards to that?
Yeah, Stephen, without saying the words, because I don't want you getting in any trouble, we'll just say that Bitboy Crypto for the past week or so, maybe a week and a half, has been aggressively promoting this new crypto that starts with an A, and he was specifically telling people to not get rid of it and only get more of it. And that would be exactly the definition of financial advice. It wasn't like he was saying this was this is how I feel, or this is what I'm doing, or I think this. It was you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And that is the definition of what all of these crypto streamers are essentially trying to avoid. What we talk about a lot on this show is the fact that, we personally might do one thing, or we personally enjoy another, or we personally like a project because, whatever, A, B, C, or D. But keep in mind, guys, I'm just an idiot who bought Dogecoin in 2014. I took out a loan from the bank. I'm not a smart guy,
Right.
I took a lot of risks in my life. So, I often urge people, like, I do, and I do joke about it with Billy, from time to time about how that's what people should do, because I have almost a Tyler Durden outlook on the world, in the sense that I wish that everybody would do that to the banks all at the same time, and that it would collapse the the global banking system. But this is just how I feel. I'm Tyler Durden, and no one should be doing that. This is, no one should be taking advice from Tyler Durden.
Right.
Especially.
Someone in chat did say, but they said Bitboy Crypto does always say not financial advice. Is that enough of a disclaimer to cover him on the activity that we had seen him doing in relation to the that coin that starts with an A?
I don't think he'd been saying that.
Oh, okay. From what you saw, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him say that, but
right.
over the past week, he never mentioned that.
Right.
and he only mentioned what would be construed as financial advice.
Sure.
I'm sure I have seen Bitboy Crypto say that quite often. But it has just really recently been in the past week where he's been pushing this one particular crypto, with very little regard for making the statement that that was his personal feelings, and yeah.
Guys, if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to the channel. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Feel free to hit that like button. If you haven't smashed that like button, if you could just take a moment to do that, it's the number one thing you can do to help this stream get up in front of more viewers and get through these tricky YouTube algorithms. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. So go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you so much for that. And also, if you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to the channel and invite you to subscribe. Hit all on the notification bell. We're just a little bit over, new channel, a little over 3 months old, but we are growing exponentially each and every day, and bringing you just who I feel to be the most interesting guests in this whole space, and do regular live stream shows. So link up with us, hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell on our ascension with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. And obviously, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this broadcast, feel free to do so. It's hugely appreciated for the time and effort it's put in. And memberships are also now available in 3 tiers. You can check those out at the link pinned at the top of the chat. Beto says, $2 super chat. Thank you, Beto. 1A does not fully protect you from consequences. I mean, that is true. That is true.
He did mention earlier, he got he had a super chat that we missed earlier, that he basically said, like, look, you're on YouTube's platform, they could ban you for any reason they want. We mentioned this earlier in the show. This is true, that on any platform they can, that it's not a, this isn't the town square, they can get rid of you for no reason at all. They could ban you for no reason at all, and there's nothing you can do. And this is kind of what we're talking about here, is the fact that free speech is not really free on these massive platforms. You can be banned for any reason. There's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
That's what you sign up for when you create a channel, is that one day it could just all be gone. And of course, we're just speculating as to why Bitboy Crypto is no longer here anymore. Hey guys, there is a fine chance that if Bitboy Crypto doesn't come back, he might not ever know as well. People forget that this happened. There was a very famous video game streamer called Dr. Disrespect. He was on Twitch for a very long time. He was one of the most, if not the most popular gaming streamer of all time. And he got banned for an unknown reason. And it's, from what I know and from the information out there, that reason is still unknown to him. So they can drop you like a bad habit. Any of these platforms, for no reason. They do not need to provide you with a reason, and they can just say, sorry, we don't. It's like going to a club, you can get kicked out, and there's nothing illegal about that. Any place can kick you out for any reason they want. Right. Yeah. And the thing is too, I'd love to get your thoughts on this as well, Nick. I understand that big tech are private corporations, but just because they're private corporations, I'm personally of the persuasion that there should be some laws enacted to protect the consumer and the user bases of these big tech platforms, to ensure a certain basic fundamental right to free speech. What do you say? I would 100% agree with you. However, these big tech companies are oftentimes very intertwined with governmental bodies in other countries that do not agree with that statement. Yeah. They make a vast majority of their money comes from a land where free speech does not exist. And although we don't like to think about it, it's unfortunate because these big tech companies, they are only here to make money. They are here to make profits. No other reason. They don't exist for the benefit of the human race. They don't exist for the benefit of mankind. They exist for the benefit of one thing, and that is the dollar. And they will forever be slaves to currency. And what goes against currency? Cryptocurrency. And it actually shocks me that channels like Bitboy's have not been undone sooner, because the fundamentals of cryptocurrency go against everything that big tech is trying to establish. And big tech's relationship with foreign entities is completely intertwined with the silence of free speech. I don't think that's right. I don't personally find that to be correct or true or right or good for the general population as a whole. And I think that free speech is a fundamental right to all humans across the world. But it's unfortunate that there's a vast majority of the world that lives in a land where that is not the case, and that is not the rule of law. And this is where we are at in society right now, and it is unfortunate.
Yeah, very Orwellian trajectories we're seeing propagate throughout the entire Western world, really. Crypto Invest TV, $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Crypto Invest TV. And nice to have you here. Nuts that Bitboy Crypto got it. It's wild, man. This is major news. No doubt about it. No bout to doubt it. Then we've got another $2 super chat from Sawyer Thebot. Thank you, Sawyer. Appreciate that. Could crypto banter be next? You know, we were discussing this. Nick and I have been discussing this. Is this the beginning of? It could go either way, folks. This could be a precedent this could be a precedent sender, a shot across the bow, if you will, from YouTube. By shutting down the world's most popular crypto content creator, Bitboy Crypto, perhaps ushering in a new era of stricter guidelines, stricter terms of service for all crypto-centric content creation. Or there could be just a very unique set of terms of service that Bitboy Crypto really specifically violated to the degree that it called this much attention to him, right? It's going to be one or the other.
I've just seen that Ethereum was just deleted as well.
Did you verify that for sure?
I'm trying to. I can't.
Because I was trying to verify that as well, and I didn't want to report on that as well until we knew. I went to what appears to be the official Ethereum channel
on there as well
on YouTube, and it seems to still be up from what I'm seeing. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, but it's weird. It looks to be the official channel, but it's only got like 66,000 subscribers. I would imagine Ethereum would have more than that, but I could be wrong. Let me just double check here.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. The one I'm looking at that's up just simply says Ethereum at a little over 66,000 subscribers, 142 videos.
It's not the real channel.
Not the official channel. Are you sure?
No. Look at their Twitter. The link Twitter is not the real thing.
Okay. So people are reporting now. Guys, people are reporting. Oh. Go ahead.
They've got a weird... I don't know. I don't know if this is right or not. I really don't know.
Yeah, we can't confirm that yet. We're trying to confirm it now. A few folks now are speculating. They're speculating that the official Ethereum YouTube channel has been terminated as well. We cannot confirm quite yet, however. We are in the process of trying to confirm this. If anyone can send us like a link to where the channel was taken down, or a screenshot or something like that, my DMs are open on Twitter at Mr. Steven Steele. at Mr. Steven Steele. My DMs are open. So if anyone could provide me any confirmation, any evidence to that, be really appreciated. Josh Randell disavows $10 super chat. Thank you, Josh. When mainstream America starts buying crypto instead of bonds, the censorship and banning will go to 100%. Wow. Josh Randell disavows. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for your support, man. And thank you for that important message. Celeste says, dang, anyone asking, ask Steven Steele channel. It's a cooking channel.
So what's your favorite recipe for the week? Mine is Doge, and is that what we're gonna have to start doing, like talking in code now?
Yeah. I hope not. You know, there's two people contending in the chat that it is true. Guys, I just, without a screenshot or anything to confirm it, or a link to where it got taken down, I cannot confirm it to be true. I'd be happy to confirm it to be true with the evidence. I just don't have conclusive evidence right now in front of me. Go check Matt Wallace channel. We are getting attacked. Oh my goodness.
Matt Wallace is gone.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Oh wait. Maybe no. It didn't pull up. If you searched, it didn't pull up. But then it did pull.
Okay.
And it's like,
okay.
I don't know what you would call that, shadow ban.
Shadow ban. That'd be a shadow ban. So, okay, Matt Wallace channel is up, you guys, but it appears to be, it's up and functioning, but it is a shadow ban. It is a shadow ban. Something is going on right now, guys. Something is going on. So make sure to get the word out about this channel. Well, I don't want to say, well, we still can. To my knowledge, I don't think we've done anything to violate any TOS here. I'm pretty careful about that. But you know, this is, we are in an uncertain crossroad here, Nick, where things are going to head next. There is just a lot of uncertainty right now. Like I said, we don't know if this banning of the Bitboy Crypto channel is the beginning of some wide sweeping bans that we may see, or if it was just something specific and unique to him and his violation of TOS. We're going to find out one way or the other. Now, if it is true that the Ethereum channel has been banned, that's pretty major. That seems weird. I can't imagine what sort of TOS violations the official Ethereum channel could be responsible for. They don't even talk about they don't talk about price or anything. They literally talk about like strictly technical, like coding. That's it. So right.
That would be very strange. Yeah, and I still can't confirm that. So again, if someone can send me a screenshot or a link to the official Ethereum channel to confirm that, I would appreciate that. But until then, I will not report that that's official news. I'm still getting final stand on recommended, so.
Okay, should be okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, yeah, he gave me a scare there.
Yeah, I looked for, I put him in the search bar, and his Matt Wallace's, his personal channel came up, but Final Stand didn't come up. I don't know. Something's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Samantha, I'll see Sam coming in again with the generous super chat of 20 Australian. Thank you so much, Sam. We appreciate you here so much. Guys, this is much bigger than crypto. Much bigger. I'm in Australia and I'm not O-F-K. Get a backup way of keeping in contact. Trust me. So Samantha issuing kind of a warning, I think because from what I've talked to her about and seen her express recently, Australia is into a new round of pretty strict lockdowns over there, and what seems to be an even further reach of authoritarian control over there that maybe spreading into social media. I also don't want to jump ahead of what we know is what we know at this time, right? And we do know that the biggest crypto content creator on the web is been taken down. But
they're releasing the zombie virus. Everybody get ready. Should we go full War of the Worlds on this one, Steve?
yeah. Did YouTube try to ban Graham Stephan channel too, Steven Steele? Yeah, you brought that up before, didn't you, Nick?
Yeah, they did.
It
turned out to be a big...
It was a misunderstanding, though, right?
Yeah, it turned out to be a big nothing. Big nothing. It was just a misunderstanding between him and YouTube, and nothing ever. His channel didn't get banned, but he did get a warning notice that he was getting banned. It did not get banned.
Yeah.
I think it was just a glitch with YouTube. I don't think it was anything serious, but who the hell knows? I don't know what's going on right now in the online world. It seems like everything is just all topsy-turvy.
Yeah, and we're just trying to cover it as best as we can, you guys, as best as we can. We're on it as quickly as the information's coming in. We're trying to make sense of it as quickly as we can, and unbiasedly as we can. So far, as it stands now, there isn't what appears to be an official Ethereum channel still up to the tune of close 66.5 thousand subscribers. I think that's the official one. So I don't think the official Ethereum channel's down from what I can tell. Someone else in the chat says this. This is not my thoughts. I'm just expressing this for someone in the chat. Bitboy was a pump and dump scammer. Glad he's gone. Old YouTube pulled the rug on him just like he did on all of his followers. Very harsh criticism there. Regardless of how you may feel about Bitboy Crypto, and perhaps the way he has spoken about certain things, I don't think that this is a good thing for cryptocurrency necessarily. Just because we have, and I'll tell you why, because it really can set a dangerous precedent and an overreach of power from big tech to begin to put on further bans and restrictions on all crypto content creations, to the point where a lot of innocent folks will get swept up in it as well. And that's always like the dichotomy you find yourself in when you're dealing with free speech issues, right? Free speech isn't just for the speech that you like or that you don't mind. It's for the speech that you find incredibly distasteful and annoying, right? So, and that's the point of it, because if you're not going to stand up for the speech of those that you disagree with or you don't like, then at some point the people that you do agree with could be next. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, it's the old slippery slope theory. There's a lot of people I don't agree with online, and I'm one of the biggest proponents of trying to find common ground and a happy medium between people who might not get along. I don't know if I had a job, like a job, I don't know if this is a job, but getting big organizations or whatever, people even, to who were prior enemies, to find some sort of common ground. I think that is huge, and I think that is what leads to the furthering of the human race as it is. Imagine, if you will, if Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos came together like tomorrow to make a mission to Mars a reality today. We'd be on Mars in a week. Like, think about that, if that type of money got together to like make that happen. But it's not, because they don't like each other. You know? I wish I could be like the great unionizer or you know, glue that brings people who may or may not, you know, get along together. But it's true. Like we have to put up with people that we don't agree with, and it's just the facts of life, because those people are always going to exist. They may not be the same person always, or they might change, and you know, as you grow and develop, you might run into more people that you don't like, or you might hear more things that you don't agree with. Well, guess what? That's life. And becoming a well-rounded and growing as an individual means that you're going to have to listen to some crap every once in a while, and you don't have to agree with it, but you have to be aware that it's allowed to be there. That's it. Right. So the more open that we all are to the ideas that some stuff that we may hear or see, we're not going to fundamentally agree on, that's fine. But we're all adults, and I think we can all come to the conclusion that ultimately it's best for everyone that we should be able to say and do what we want.
Yeah, big agree there. I think that's pretty well stated there. From a big agree to a big, massive super chat from Rock Lobster coming in at super chat. Big super chat, $99.99. Thank you so much, Rock Lobster. You just paid my cell phone bill for the month. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you. And thank you so much for that. Make 1984 fiction again. I love it.
That's amazing.
I love it. Sounds like a
That's great.
Sounds like a great T-shirt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rock Lobster. We love you here. We love you. That's solid. So let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Josh Randell says, Stephen Steele, the eerie thing for me, historically speaking, is the elites that were threatened by free thinking, free speech had an agenda of tyranny. Yeah, the irony in that, right?
Yeah.
Low Roller, I see you, buddy. Do you know YouTube banned Matt Kors? He's a big fan of AMC and GameStop. He was banned twice on YouTube. Yeah, we touched on that earlier, but he is back now, right? He is back now. So could that have been the reason why? Perhaps. But he did get reinstated both times. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to add to that one. But it's definitely noteworthy. So, you know, where do we go from here, Nick? Here we have the largest cryptocurrency content creator in the world's channel banned, shut down instantaneously, with no reasoning why. We have speculation why, but I think we're gonna know in the next couple days. I think we're gonna know a lot more, and I would say, obviously, if no other major crypto content creators get shut down by YouTube over in coming days, it's a very positive sign, you know. However, if we do see one after the other, or even a mass shadow banning on a lot of this content, this could be a very dark precedent they're sending, in which case a lot of people are going to have to start examining their alt tech options. What do you say, Nick?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've toyed around with this idea for quite some time. This happened when It's All Risky got banned from Twitter a while back, for whatever reason, I had the idea of creating a platform called the Doge House, where people in the Doge community could come and discuss Dogecoin without the fear of being banned or silenced. But I think more so, I think a company or a person, maybe, I don't know, maybe someone like me who financially could afford to do it, would be really, it would be great for a person like that to work with a country, because you would have to host the servers in a place where you would know that there is no rules, essentially, that everything, if you own the company, you'd have your own set of rules, like we were talking earlier about. There's obviously basic things that you don't want on the internet. I think we can all agree on that. But
right.
I think there is an open market, or a quickly emerging market, for a social media platform based out of a country that does not bow to any other country like the U.S. does, or like any other, I'm not going to name names, but there's, that has no allegiance to anyone else. And I'm trying to think of places right now where that would be possible. I don't know, maybe Morocco or something like that. But there is definitely a market for a company to step in and create a platform in which people can post content and not be worried about stuff like this. And who knows, maybe I'll be the guy to make that happen.
Well, you know what, Nick? Yeah, I mean, you're not really saying that.
I've been on the forefront of other things. So.
No, it's true, and you definitely potentially have the some of the capital to go in with some other people. Yeah. I don't think you're necessarily saying that out of jest, are you?
No, I've really thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what made me what made me forget about it, or honestly, to be completely honest with you, the thing that made me just kind of give up on the idea was that It's All Risky got put back on Twitter. And I was like, oh, cool, win for the home team. All right, let's move on. But yeah, I mean, if this becomes an issue, if this becomes a real problem, I will do whatever it takes to figure out what needs to be done in what country specifically to host servers that I know I can create a platform on, that anyone can come and post whatever they want about cryptocurrency, about financial investing, about anything. I don't care. You don't have to, in my ideal platform, you don't have to say every 5 minutes, not financial advice. I don't care. You put out whatever content you see fit and let the chips fall where they may. This is my idea for a perfect social media platform.
Yeah. Something interesting, just looking at the chat kind of just reminded me of it, because I run into this on Twitter a lot as well. Something really interesting about people that aren't into Doge. It's like they always feel, or a lot of them anyway, they always feel it necessary to tell you that they're not into Doge. They always feel it necessary to tell you that Doge is overvalued, or that it's dead, or that it's has no utility and it's stupid or whatever. And then they'll say whatever coin they're most bullish about, look into this instead. And a lot of times the coins they tell me or the community to look into instead, many Doge community members are already invested in those coins. You idiots. So it's just like, are
you specifically talking about people in spammers in the chat, or are you talking about like Bitboy?
Well, I don't want to get into it with BitBoy. I know there's like BitBoy fans here and stuff, but
no. I'm gonna say I will give BitBoy this. You know, he did talk a lot of smack about Dogecoin for a very long time, but when Dogecoin first started to like really do and perform well, his opinion on Doge actually, I mean, let's separate that from Elon, what he thinks about Elon. His opinion on Doge actually became kind of neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did, you know, he had Matt Wallace on,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically was like, yeah, I mean, you know, he's like, I don't hate Doge. It's just like, you know, it's okay. He went from hating, he did hate Doge. I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, say that wasn't the case, but his idea of what Dogecoin is, or why it is the way that it is, has evolved in the past year, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair to say. I guess I was just speaking to the larger sentiments that I've been seeing out there, just on all social media platforms. I mean, it's something, as a content creator, that Doge-centric content creator I run into all the time, where people just say, Doge sucks, BTC's where it's at, Doge sucks, H-bars where it's at, Doge sucks, Matic's where it's at, Doge sucks, ADA, what's where it's at. I'm like, you guys, like, the thing that is interesting to me is most all folks that I know in the Doge community have a varied portfolio that includes most of the coins that these insulters are already trying to suggest to us as if we don't know about them already. Okay, like,
yeah.
I already know about Matic. I've spoken very well of Matic. Okay, so it's just like, there are many people in the Doge community that already own Matic and that like Matic. And so, and another thing too, it's like the worst strategy. If you're going to go out there and be a disciple for a particular coin and try to get people excited about the coin, maybe not the first sentence out of your mouth when you come onto a new channel is look at the channel and the coin that channel is probably most bullish on, and then just the first thing you say is that coin sucks. Look at the coin that I like. In fact, that's going to speak very poorly of the coin and the community surrounding that coin that you're trying to promote. It's like the worst strategy. I just never understood that. It's so freaking stupid. I just never understood people like that. It's just common sense and common courtesy.
It's the maxis of any crypto out there.
Yeah, I know. It's the same as it ever was. New to the channel, so is Nick, the co-host. Yes, Nick is one of my co-hosts. He's definitely my go-to, most frequent co-host. This is Nick Balls, and he is, I call him Dogecoin Millionaire Nick Balls, because he invested $10K into Dogecoin way back in 2014, and that has since turned him into a multi-millionaire, and he's still holding his Doge. And so he has a very unique perspective that very few people in the world have in relation to his experiences. And and plus he's a good
real diamond hands, baby.
Real diamond hands, and he's great on technical analysis. It's he's just he's a good right-hand man to have. Got crushed on Matic when BitBoy said he was buying in at $1.50. Yeah.
He does like buying tops.
Yeah.
I will say that. BitBoy loves buying tops.
I've seen that a few times from him. Yep, I have. That's fair enough.
I was going to get running soon, Steven. Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I'd imagine you.
I'll go a little long. I'm going to go a little longer here, but thank you for joining, Nick. I appreciate it, man, and I'll follow up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Thanks, everybody in the chat. This was a crazy night tonight. I hope everybody is buckled in for the next few days. I don't know what's going on, but if you guys haven't and you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, just make sure you get notifications precisely for events like tonight, where things happen live as we go on the air, because this so often happens when we go live, a massive story. For some reason, we go live usually at the same time every night, and I don't know why, something about our time schedule, news just seems to propagate around the show. So make sure you guys got notifications on. And yeah, thanks for having me on, Steve.
Yeah, you bet. Anytime, Nick, and we'll see you soon.
All right, sounds good. Later, buddy.
All right, bye now. Yeah, JB Stock Talk says, but when the Dogecoin creator likens cryptocurrencies to a scam run by powerful cartel to benefit the rich, should be listened to. Yeah, the thing is, JB, what you're saying is not in its full context. So that was said by Jackson Palmer, who hasn't been involved in cryptocurrency, let alone Dogecoin, in many years. He curved out of it many years ago and hasn't had anything to do with either Dogecoin or cryptocurrency in many years. And the predominant, actually, coding developer of Dogecoin is a gentleman by the name of Billy Marcus, who now is very active in the Dogecoin community and cryptocurrency in general. And he has different sentiments, and he's actually a pretty decent friend of mine. And I've had him on the show here before. I had about a 2.5 hour talk with him that was very, very enlightening. And so, Ethereum too. There's one of the Ethereum core Ethereum developers recently walked away from cryptocurrency, right? So that's not a situation that's just unique to Dogecoin. Developers are gonna have varying opinions from time to time, and so. Jackson Palmer he's free to feel the way he feels about it, but it is what it is. David Beams, Steven Steele, your lucky news happens when you're on. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it seems all the biggest breaking stories in crypto seem to happen while I'm live. This isn't the first time. It's kind of funny how that works. And I'm just reading your chats here. Beef Supreme coming in with big Doge energy. Manifest the Dogementum. Yes, each and every day, guys, each and every day. And Doge right now, it's kind of been trading sideways, a little over 20 cents, a little over 20 cents. And that's pretty much how it's been going all day long, guys. And Bitcoin over 40K now, finally passed over 40K. It's been kind of toggling just a little under 40K and over 40K, but now it's over. And it looks like it's going to keep ascending for a bit, right? And hopefully through that next point of resistance to pull the rest of the market up. Ethereum now up to 23,000. Which is a good sign, finally. And just put things in perspective, Ethereum is up over 16% for the week, with a market cap to the tune of about $69 billion. That is a very, very significant uptick in Ethereum in a week's period. And Dogecoin is up about 8% over the last week. And Bitcoin is up a whopping 25.5% over the last week. Now, and XRP Ripple is also massively up 25% over the last week. And ADA, guys, ADA is up 10% over the last week. Now, Dogecoin isn't up as strongly. It's up, don't get me wrong, it's up, but it isn't up as strongly this week. As much as significantly as some of the others in the top 10, right? Now, why is that? I speculate that is because Doge peaked harder, if you recall, before Bitcoin, before Ethereum, before XRP. It was the only, the week before that, it was the only top 10 crypto that was really ascending. So I think what happened is Doge just hit its stride a bit earlier than the rest. That's all. And now things are balancing out. Z-Man says Ethereum needs to wake up. I think Ethereum over the long term, guys, is going to prove to be an excellent investment. That's just my personal thought. That's my personal opinion. I think that of Doge. I think that of Ethereum. I think that of Bitcoin. I think they all have very, very promising long-term futures. And we did some technical analysis earlier on in the stream tonight when I had Nick on here. And we were both kind of came to the same conclusion that the entire market is ripe for a parabolic rise in the fairly near future. I think that's a pretty high probability. The next huge point of resistance for Bitcoin is looking at around 45,000. If it can get past that 45,000, I think it will be right on track to get Bitcoin right to 55. And of course, that's going to pull the entire rest of the crypto market up just exponentially in very strong fashion. Steven Steele, Bitboy Crypto's channel is back up. Let's check it out, guys. Thank you for that, by the way. Let's check it out right now. I'm going to confirm. I'm checking on it as quickly as I can. Right now, as of now, Bitboy Crypto's channel has been reinstated right now. It is back up as of now, you guys. So Bitboy Crypto's channel is back up. Breaking news. Bitboy Crypto's channel, as of right now, as of this moment, is back up on YouTube. It looks like it's fully functional. All the most recent videos are up. It just seems to be back to normal. This is, I think this is, I would consider this a relief, honestly, if it stays up, just because whatever your thoughts are about him, you just don't want it to turn into a slippery slope where things get too overbearing on all cryptocurrency content, which could consequently take a lot of innocent content creators down that don't really deserve to be so. So, yes, again, Bitboy Crypto is back up. Bitboy Crypto channel is reinstated as of this moment. Now, could that change? Could we see it go down again? I have seen situations like this where it does fluctuate before going back down within 24 hours. I have seen that. But as of right now, Bitboy Crypto's YouTube channel has been reinstated, is searchable. It is up, guys. It is up. Brian Acker says, I bet YouTube got a lot of heat. So many tweets. OMG. Yeah. And then we've seen this before. Where when a channel gets taken down and then there's like a big amount of backlash to that channel getting taken down, then YouTube will reinstate it, and they'll always give a statement of like, oh, it was a mistake. It's like, I don't know. Mistake or just a change of mind due to a backlash. So, who knows? Guys, you were watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele, and we are doing it to it. We had Nick Balls with us earlier, and he just went off to bed. I'm going to continue a little bit longer here. If you're brand new here, I would like to personally welcome you and invite you to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Hit all that notification bell. This channel is just a little over 3.5 months old, but we are growing exponentially each and every day. Would love to have you along with us for the ride, for our ascension to the moon, to Mars, to Uranus, and beyond. Let's see here. Tony says, YT needs to chill before Theta takes all the consumers. I've heard about that. Rock Lobster says, yeah, he paid a ton to get it back. Maybe not. I don't think so. Digital Cash says, yeah, I spammed YouTube, Twitter about it. Yeah. I think a lot of people did Digital Cash. Welcome to the show, Digital Cash, and welcome all the new viewers. Appreciate it. So what we were covering, the breaking story while we were in the middle of our usual show, was that Bitboy Crypto had been banned, had been terminated, and he was. And Bitboy Crypto released a statement to confirm this as such, and invited everyone that saw that tweet to take it up with Team YouTube to reverse the decision. And as of right now, from what we can see, that decision has been reversed. Right now, as of now, Bitboy Crypto is back online, back on YouTube. Will it change? It could, but as of now, things are fully functional again on Bitboy Crypto's channel after being down for about a couple hours there. And for a couple hours, it just said when you went to Bitboy Crypto channel, this channel has been terminated for the violation of YouTube terms of service. So I'm just glad we got a statement about those Robinhood wallets. Did Robinhood issue an official statement now? Did they issue an official statement? I'm checking out their page right now. If so, that's pretty big news. This is something I've been advocating for them to do pretty heavily over the last week and a half. I've said specifically they need to at least give people just a statement on it. So I'm scrolling down on Robinhood's Twitter page. I do not see an official statement. So I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. If someone can point me to an official statement on where Robinhood is at with the wallet situation, I'd be happy to look at it, but I just don't see it right now. Brian says scare tactics by YT. Pretty sketch. Yeah, I mean, perhaps. Yeah, David, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Just got here. Any word on the Ross Vitalik conversation earlier? I only got halfway through it. I only had time to get halfway through it today. Donnie DeVille, I'm going to cover that more thoroughly on tomorrow night's show after I get a chance to review it entirely. So, yeah, I will definitely... Oh, and I will be on Ross Nichols' show on August 1st. In a couple days, I will be the featured guest on Ross Nichols' Twitch stream on August 1st. So watch out for that, guys. And I think that's going to take place at about 3 in the afternoon Central Standard Time, which would be about 9 p.m. London time, where he is. And where's everyone from? Where's everyone from in here? Why don't everyone tell me where they are from? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, guys. Tony says if Robinhood doesn't provide crypto wallets as they become an IPO, they are in serious trouble. I think it's going to backlash on them. If I know they're scared of losing a lot of money when they do it, and I think they will lose a fair amount, but I don't really think they have a choice on the other hand at this point. If they want to stay in the good graces and retain a significant percentage of their user base. We got Massachusetts. We got Georgia. We got Texas. We got Orlando, Florida. We've got Andrew coming in from the United Kingdom. We got South Carolina. We've got Ohio. We've got Green Bay, Wisconsin. I know exactly where that is. Beautiful area. We got Tennessee. We've got... Who else we got, guys? Steven Steele, great live stream. Thank you, Diamond Hand 69. We got... Oh, Humpteezy. I didn't know you were from Alaska. Fairbanks, Alaska. Awesome, man. I had no idea. Beef Supreme is in California, or as he calls it, California. And Diamond Hands is from the moon. Albert Stein, Freedom, California. Another one for Arizona. Denver, Colorado. I love Denver. I haven't been there in a few years, but I really like that city. I love the art museum in Denver. The art museum in Denver is out of this world. Gotcha. Gotcha, David. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thank you, Stormer. He says, Vlad, about talking about the wallets in public and how they're working on them behind the scenes. Yeah, I hope that's true. I do know from a developmental standpoint, it is a very laborious affair getting those wallets integrated in the Robinhood app. And it's nothing you want to rush. It's definitely something you want to get right, so it's not dysfunctional when it launches, which would cause even more chaos and frustration than already exists, right? So, in New York City, Virginia, Beto's in the Golden State. Another one for New York City. Morning Coffee says Bitboy Crypto channel is back on. Yep, we just covered that. A Dogecoin breakout. Show me where exactly. Oh, we went over it literally for an hour before. You can, when the live stream's done, you can check it out for yourself. I like Art Philly more, but Denver is such a great place to be nowadays. Yep. Awesome. So for those of you just tuning in, we were on the air when Bitboy Crypto's channel was taken off, suddenly vanished, was terminated by YouTube for apparent violation of terms of services. That went on for about an hour and a half-ish, maybe 2 hours. And then over the last 15 minutes, it got reinstated. It's back up. It's fully functional. Will it stay up? We'll see, right? We'll see. But as of now, it's fully back up. Yep. So let me see if there are other stories that I wanted to get to at all tonight. I just want to make sure I got through everything that I wanted to before when Nick was on, before we ended up covering the breaking news about Bitboy Crypto, right? So here we go. Here's one. This comes courtesy of Bazinga exclusive. Billy Marcus on creating Dogecoin, the negatives of cryptocurrency, NFTs, and Elon Musk. So most of you know that Billy Marcus is a friend of mine. And those of you who don't know who that is, he is the predominant creator of Dogecoin. This is what Bazinga had to say about it. Marcus got into cryptocurrency due to Bitcoin, but quickly pivoted to other easier to mine coins like Litecoin and Litecoin clones. He said it took a long time to mine a small amount of Bitcoin in a week and made his room really hot. Marcus gave himself a weekend project to create his own coin, which became Bells. He was obsessed with the Nintendo game Animal Crossing at the time. Marcus stumbled upon a site called Dogecoin.com, where Dogecoin co-creator Jackson Palmer made a joke coin, but hadn't created a physical coin yet. The site said if you want to make the coin, to contact him. And that's where it all started, guys. That's where it all started. And then Marcus goes on to say how he went to work to create the project in his bedroom, and the rest was history, guys. The rest was history. And Billy Marcus also makes NFTs now, and they've been selling pretty regularly. They're like kind of just like funny doodles. Let's see what's going on in the chat here before I get to the next little story I came across. Odessa, Texas. Awesome. Yeah, for those who are just coming in, like, and you want to know when the next Dogecoin breakout incoming, we discussed it for over an hour earlier. But just to recap, from all the charting and everything that we've been following, and the algorithms and such, we're looking at a breakout. Well, I would guess a guesstimation, mind you, within the next 2 weeks here. There are a lot of signs to show that we could be looking at not just in Dogecoin, but a parabolic rise throughout all the major cryptos within the next 2 weeks here, which will obviously have a substantial reverberation to Dogecoin. Right now, Bitcoin is trading comfortably a bit above 40,000. The next point of major resistance for Bitcoin seems to be at 45,000. And once Bitcoin can break through that resistance at 45,000, seems to be a pretty straight shot from what I can tell up to 55,000 and beyond, perhaps, in one run. All right. So, the next story I got here, guys, I'm pulling it up, and I think it's the last story I had on here. And that is this. Oh, another one from Bazinga. Bazinga. I love saying Bazinga. It's a very whimsical name. Very whimsical name. And that is about Dogecoin again. Dogecoin paws up over resistance as bulls and bears battle. And this was put out just this afternoon. Dogecoin co-creator Billy Marcus joined Bazinga's Moon or Bust last Friday to discuss it. Among the topics, Marcus spoke about Dogecoin's underlying statistics and why he believes adding a supply cap would have a detrimental effect, which I agree with, by the way. And Billy said, let's say the coin was capped today. That means it wouldn't give any mining rewards, and that means people probably wouldn't waste their CPU cycles mining it. Correct. Which means it wouldn't be a secure coin. If it's not secure, because someone would take over the network in large amount of hashing power, and that would make the value of the coin nothing, Marcus said. On July 21st, Dogecoin broke through a descending trend line that had been holding it down since June 6th. The crypto was putting together lower highs and lower lows in a downtrend, but when it failed to close below the 16th level bullish volume, came in a Doge reversed course. Dogecoin has been trading in an upward trend on the daily chart in a tight range between 18 and 23 cents. Now, what this basically means, guys, that there's a support level, just a little bit above the 20 cent mark going on right now. And that is a great sign for the bulls. A great sign for the bulls. And just this afternoon, Doge was printing in Doge candlestick, which can indicate a significant reversal. So what we are seeing is an emerging, I think, an emerging breakout just across the board. And when you look at where we've been over the last couple months, we are overdue. And I believe that the next rise is going to be parabolic in nature within the next 2 weeks here. So Bay Area, California, welcome. I used to spend a lot of time in the Bay Area. Been a while, though. What do you think about Robinhood going public? I don't have any strong feelings about it one way or another. IPOs in general aren't usually typically good to invest in right out of the gate. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I've been on since about, since 9. We've been on for over 3 hours tonight. I got on around 9 o'clock my time. It's about a quarter after midnight my time. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would invite you to do so. And I want to thank you all so much for joining tonight. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you had fun. It was a wing dinger. It was another breaking story happened while we were live here. And I do almost nightly live shows here, guys, and have a lot of interesting guests coming in. And we're going to have Sadaf Jadran from 360 Market coming in, being my co-hostess with the mostess on Friday night. And we'll likely be back tomorrow night as well. Thanks again, guys. This was good. This is a good time. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Until next time, this is Steven Steele signing out.
Just the bees of birds, the summer hay.